Over the years, archaeologists have made some incredible discoveries, including ancient manuscripts that offer a different, often controversial perspective on human history. These ancient texts, which are usually considered mythological, challenge much of what scientists and modern historians have told us. Some of these texts are partially accepted, while others are dismissed as myths because they contradict the established understanding of our civilization. These books are real and form an essential part of history, but unfortunately, they are often overlooked. In this video, we'll explore 5 ancient books that are both controversial and fascinating, with the potential to change our understanding of human history. Ars Notoria is one of the most mysterious and controversial books ever written. It's part of the Lesser Key of Solomon, which also includes Ars Notoria and other texts. In this video, we'll focus on Ars Notoria, the oldest known part of the Lesser Key of Solomon, first mentioned by Michael Scott in 1236. This book is a blend of mystical, historical, and occult content, containing a series of prayers similar to those in the sworn Book of Honorius. These prayers are intended to grant the magician eidetic memory and instant knowledge. To explain further, the sworn Book of Honorius is a medieval grimoire said to be written by Honorius of Thebes. The Latin term juratus, meaning sworn, signifies a commitment to an oath. This grimoire is one of the oldest and most influential medieval texts, covering topics from saving souls from purgatory to capturing thieves and finding treasures. It also includes instructions for invoking and commanding demons and understanding the heavens. Eidetic memory, or photographic memory, is the ability to recall images, texts, or numbers with precise detail after seeing them only once. Interestingly, some editions of the Lesser Key of Solomon omit Ars Notoria entirely. A. E. Waite, for example, doesn't mention it in his descriptions of the Lesser Key. Unlike other grimoires, Ars Notoria isn't filled with spells and potions, but rather prayers and speeches meant to enhance mental powers and praise God for intellectual gifts, including perfect memory. The oldest manuscripts of Ars Notoria date back to the 13th century, though the texts themselves are collections of prayers and magical words from long before the 12th century. These prayers are written in several languages, including Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. For those who practice arithmetic, geometry, and philosophy, Ars Notoria promises complete mastery of their subjects if they dedicate themselves to its teachings. The book outlines a daily routine of visualization, contemplation, and speeches designed to enhance focus and memory. It's said that Solomon gained his wisdom and academic prowess by following this text. Naturally, many people who aspired to academic excellence found this promise irresistible. They hoped to improve their memory, speech, and senses through Ars Notoria. However, some practitioners experienced undesirable results. For example, Joan of Morigny, a 14th century monk, followed the book's instructions zealously, but instead encountered haunting demonic visions. He later wrote his own manuscript, Liber Visionum, warning others to steer clear of Ars Notoria. The apocryphal Book of Enoch is often called the untold history of the world, or the Forbidden Book. It suggests that human evolution didn't happen as Darwin described, but was influenced by deliberate actions of alien civilizations. Although part of the Dead Sea Scrolls, it was declared apocryphal because it contradicts other texts and is thus not included in the conventional Bible. However, some believe it could be an additional source for the Book of Genesis. According to the Book of Enoch, Enoch lived 365 years until the Great Cataclysm. He was the father of Methuselah and the grandfather of Noah. The book describes extraordinary creatures with advanced technologies and offers an explanation for the bloodthirsty giants mentioned in Genesis. In the Book of Enoch, these giants are described as the offspring of Watchers, alien beings sent to observe humanity. These Watchers were seduced by mortal women, and their offspring, the Nephilim, wreaked havoc on Earth. The Watchers also taught humans how to make weapons, magic, cosmetics, and other items that led to humanity's downfall. The Great Cataclysm is said to have erased much of the evidence of these events. One reason the Book of Enoch is considered forbidden is that it contradicts centuries of scientific and religious teachings, suggesting the existence of alien visitors. The Kolbrin Bible is a 3,600-page manuscript that includes a prophecy about a heaven destroyer, also known as the Kol Book or Kolbrin manuscript. This collection comprises 11 ancient texts found during a fire at Glastonbury Abbey. The history of this manuscript begins in ancient Egypt, where 6 books were written by Egyptian priests and Phoenician sailors. These texts eventually made their way to future England, where Celtic Druids preserved and added to them. The manuscripts were later discovered in Glastonbury Abbey, a site once believed to house the Holy Grail. In the 18th century, the book was published as the Kol Book. The ancient texts describe events from the Old Testament, but with a different interpretation. According to the Kolbrin Bible, the cataclysm was caused not by divine intervention, but by the fall of a celestial body known as the Destroyer. The Egyptian part of the text is thought to have been written after the Exodus and even mentions ancient civilizations existing before Adam and Eve, as well as fallen angels. The second part of the manuscripts, written by the Celtic Druids, shares knowledge of mathematics and astronomy. Some scholars consider this the first Bible written without divine elements. These texts contain numerous prophecies about future cataclysms and the appearance of a dreadful celestial object called the Destroyer. The Kolbrin Bible provides detailed accounts of past cataclysms and warns that the Destroyer will return. It predicts that 110 generations will pass, kingdoms will rise and fall, people will fly in the sky and swim in the sea, and men will talk of peace but bring war. The prophecy speaks of societal upheaval. Women becoming like men and men like women, the rise and fall of great nations, and conflict between races. It foretells a time of insecurity, doubt, and spiritual poverty, despite material wealth. Eventually the earth and sky will shift, causing tremors and destruction. The Destroyer will come unnoticed, bringing fire, ash, and boiling seas. Most people dismiss these ancient prophecies with a smile. Are we making a mistake by ignoring these warnings? Only time will tell. Thoth is one of the most significant deities in Egyptian mythology, revered as the god of wisdom, crafts, hieroglyphs, and science. Depicted with the head of an ibis or baboon, Thoth is also the god of writing, credited with giving hieroglyphs to humanity. His creation, the Book of Thoth, is said to be a powerful manuscript written on papyrus by the hand of the god himself, promising eternal power and prosperity. Some legends claim it was written on 78 golden plates by the legendary Atlanteans. Believed to be a repository of esoteric knowledge, the book is said to contain spells that allow understanding animal language and seeing the gods. This sacred text includes vast knowledge in medicine, chemistry, philosophy, arts, and magic. Legend has it that deciphering its secrets would grant one the power to rule the world. Although the book has been lost, some believe it has been transported to the astral plane, accessible only through consciousness. Another enigmatic term is Nephilim, often interpreted as the fallen, the apostates, or those who make others fall. These gigantic beings are said to have lived on Earth in ancient times. References to the Nephilim can be found in various ancient texts, including the controversial Book of Giants. This text, thought to be based on the Book of Enoch, documents the interaction between angels and humans as described in Genesis 6:1-4. As people began to multiply on the face of the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. The Book of Giants details the exploits of these beings, focusing on the two children of Shinohaza, Olia and Haga. This text, published in multiple languages, offers a unique perspective on the Nephilim. Despite being incomplete, it provides valuable insights into these mythological giants from distant human history. According to ancient texts, the Nephilim, also known as giants, faced annihilation due to their violent nature. In their desperation, they asked Enoch to intercede with God on their behalf. The writings describe how the Nephilim lived on earth, causing chaos and destruction, and eventually had prophetic dreams about Armageddon that filled them with fear. The first Nephilim to have such a dream was Madui, a titan and the son of an angel. He dreamt of a large plate sinking underwater, and when it resurfaced, only 3 names remained. This was believed to symbolize a great cataclysm, sparing only Noah's sons. The Nephilim struggled to interpret Madui's dream and argued over its meaning. Soon after, 2 more giants, Ohia and Hahia, sons of the fallen angel Semyaza, had similar dreams. They dreamt of a tree that was uprooted, leaving only 3 roots. Realizing their dreams were prophetic, they sought Enoch's help. However, Enoch was no longer on earth, so they sent one of their own, Marwe, on a cosmic journey to find him. Marwe asked Enoch to speak to God on their behalf. Enoch promised to do so and sent back plates as a response, but the news was not good for the giants. Share your thoughts on this topic. Is it possible that we had contact with advanced civilizations or divine beings in the past? How might this interaction have led to catastrophe? If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Reaching 3,000 likes will show us that this topic interests you, and we'll create more videos like this. Support us by subscribing to our channel, sharing the video, or leaving a comment.